Here's Brody Brazil.
You know, when I walk in and I see the Rooted in Oakland sign, it brings a new wave of emotions and feelings and realization and how things have played out here. Like I said, almost unimaginable 6-7 months ago. Never thought we'd be here like this right now. And I don't know what the future brings. I'm just saying all the events to get us to how real Las Vegas and moving to Nevada actually are. There's a Major League owners vote and pretty much that. And the $380 million going through or not eventually, those are the last two things we're down to, basically. As far as I can see. My prediction on all of this, by the way, is people say, well, what's going to happen here between now and the vote? Maybe nothing. Maybe some more things. There has been so much unexpected to this point. No twists and turns from now till November or December or whatever would surprise me. I do still predict there are a few more twists and turns. How wide and how severe are those twists and turns? They could be minor. Some could be major. Some could derail the whole thing. Some could be just no big deal and be a headline here and there. But going back to walking into the stadium, the Coliseum, a place that, I've been going since as long as I can remember going to any baseball games. It feels different going there now. And understanding that we could be 81 more home games from it being done, a wrap in Oakland. I don't know where they're going to play 25, 6, or 7, but at this point, if they're committed to move somewhere else during that time span, they're there, but are they really there? How will people feel about that, by the way? Seeing that Rooted in Oakland sign, it really makes me go back and say, well, was every last effort to stay here attempted? If you're a caretaker of a franchise, and like if you're a caretaker of a person, I'm going to do everything possible, everything humanly possible to take care of you, to keep you alive, to keep you healthy as you are. And it feels like the game was ended before it was actually over. Between Oakland and the A's and Howard Terminal and all those talks, and in retrospect, being a couple days away from that ultimate summit mediated between city leaders and team leaders, and the final discussion, the decisions that they could have made, they didn't even get to that. Things were cut off right before that. It feels like so much is just left on the table, all that work and all the money spent, all the time and effort. And what was the roadblock in the end? If you told me that, the environmental impact report came back and it's not good and this can't happen. Well, what are you going to do about that? Or if the BCDC, the governing body of basically anything surrounding the bay, if they said, you know what, you can't actually use this land, it's not good. Well, what can you say? There's a roadblock. Or what if the Port of Oakland this entire time was not agreeable to having a baseball stadium at Howard Terminal? What would you say? But all of those things were lined up. The negotiation and the money, and that's it. The dollars, that was the sticking point in the end. I guess the frustration is that there was nothing out of your control that you couldn't get past. Everything that could have stopped you didn't stop you. And everything that was in control was the factor of why this is not happening. I think to look back and to not be certain that every last effort was made to stay in Oakland, to not feel that way if this is the end of Oakland at the end of this season. And by the way, that's kind of a weird thing too, right? The next time you go see an A's game at the Coliseum, like March or April of 2024, by then you should have a definitive answer of where this team is going to be for the next decade or 2 or 5. Is it Las Vegas? Somehow, some way, is it Oakland? But I think the hard part is not knowing at the very end of this, was every effort exerted to try and stay. And if it was, I just need to see it. I need the receipts on that. I don't think that's been proven yet. I said before that the plan for Las Vegas doesn't seem like a rock-solid plan. I guess I should go back to that. Maybe I didn't make that point well enough. If you told me the A's were moving to Denver because the Rockies didn't exist, well, Denver's got, man, a football team, a hockey team that does well, a basketball team. It's a big city. They're not going to rely on, like, tourism to fill their seats. Like, okay, what am I supposed to say? You got me. There's a better opportunity out there. In this case with Las Vegas, it's a gamble opportunity. Just made that one up. I mean, that's the analogy. It's a gamble opportunity. I would like to see, before this is all over, like, if it was that close and it can't work in Oakland, I need to see it. I need to see exactly what the gap is, what the divide is, how far we were, how close we are. It can't be computed by me until I see it, and probably a lot of people too.